In this daring trivia quest, I invite you to test your mettle in the ruthless world of prepper wisdom. Sharpen your minds, my friends, for only the gritty and the resourceful shall prevail. Let the EMP survival quiz begin. What does EMP stand for? That's right, boys and girls. EMP stands for electromagnetic pulse. In other words, a major SHTF situation. What can cause an EMP large enough to take down the entire power grid? An EMP large enough to send us back into the Dark Ages can be caused by a high-altitude nuclear detonation, HEMP for short, or a powerful solar flare from the sun, resulting in a coronal mass ejection, CME for short. How do you know if an EMP has happened? Listen here. If there isn't a storm or other natural disaster, but there is a widespread power outage at the same time that your cell phone and radio stop working, it could be an EMP event. If you thought traffic was bad before, then wait until all the traffic lights go out at the same time. You'll have to meditate for a week to come down from that shit show. What are Faraday cages used for during an EMP event? Faraday cages are used to protect important electronic devices from EMP damage by acting as a shield. Metal trash cans, metal ammo cans, and shipping containers can all be used as Faraday cages. Some people say that even your car will work in a pinch. Although, I have my doubts. Check the link below for more ideas on how to protect your amazing and beautiful little tech gadgets. True or false? An EMP can only happen in movies and books. False. EMPs are a real threat and have the potential to cause significant damage. Even if a man-made EMP doesn't happen, sooner or later a coronal mass ejection will hit the Earth. Will your ass be ready? True or false, EMP effects are only temporary, and everything goes back to normal quickly. False. Depending on the extent of damage, recovery from an EMP event can take a long time. Hold on to your butts and pray it's not the middle of winter when it hits. Experts estimate that the power grid in the United States of America could be down for up to 18 months. What's the number one thing you can do to prepare for an EMP event? Have a plan. That's right, folks. I know it's not very sexy, but this alone could save your life. A family emergency plan can help everyone know what to do and where to go in case of a SHTF emergency. Name 3 ways you could generate electricity without relying on the power grid after an EMP event. Solar panels, wind turbines, and generators, although fuel will run out eventually. Having a portable solar generator and storing it in a Faraday cage would be a good bet. If you are a cheap bastard like me, you could throw a solar panel, charge controller and inverter in a metal trash can, and call it a day. There will be a metric shit ton of car batteries up for grabs as soon as all the gas runs out. Check below this video for more info. True or false? EMPs can only affect electronic devices and have no impact on humans. True. Well, at least mostly true. EMPs are not harmful to humans directly, but they can disrupt technology we rely on. Think electrical fires and car crashes. There will definitely be indirect and immediate impacts on human health and safety. Buckle up, Buttercup, and keep your emergency med kit handy. Why is it important to have a supply of clean water after an EMP event? Listen here, tough guy, you can only live on squirrel blood for so long. Most people can only live 3 days without water. Imagine those poor suckers down in Phoenix, Arizona when the taps run dry. No thank you. Clean water is essential for survival. And during an EMP event, water sources may become contaminated or disrupted. Seriously, people, store some water and get a good water filter. I have a pen filter that is super compact and can filter 1,000 gallons, which is enough water to supply 3 people for a year with almost a gallon a day. Will my car survive an EMP? Surprisingly, yes. At least the odds are in your favor. An EMP can disrupt a car's electrical system and cause it to stop working. However, according to a study done by the EMP Commission, a high percentage of vehicles should be relatively unaffected, and you should be able to just start your car up again after it dies. You don't have to believe me. You can read about it at theempcommission.org. I'll put the link below. On another note, gas pumps will probably stop working, so get a bike and keep your car topped off at all times with some extra gas at your house. Will my cell phone work after an EMP? Yes and no. Some studies have shown that your cell phone will likely still turn on. However, the cell towers and other communication infrastructure will likely be damaged, so making phone calls will be out of the question. Be prepared. Your world is about to get a lot smaller. To stay informed, you'll be listening to battery-powered radios for emergency broadcasts and busting out the walkie-talkies and CB radios for close-range communication. My recommendation would be to foster relationships with your neighbors and become more active in your local community now, before an EMP or other SHTF situation occurs. Final question for the EMP survival quiz. List the top 3 basics to store at your home to be prepared for a catastrophic EMP. Of course, there are a ton more things that would be needed if a major EMP struck, but these 3 things will keep you going long enough to figure out the rest. Number 1, water and water purification methods. Number 2, long-term food stores. And number 3, medical supplies. I wouldn't blame you if you put your favorite teddy bear in the top 3. Cuddling Mr. Fluffy will definitely help you get over that TikTok tech hangover you're gonna have following a nationwide grid down event, but I'd stick to the basics. Well, that's it for this quiz, peeps. Did you live or die? Hopefully, now that you're armed with this basic EMP knowledge, you won't just shit your britches when a major EMP blackout happens. Remember, check the links below for more info on preparedness and stay tuned for more quizzes to test your survival knowledge.